Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to get straight into it because I've got a lot of clips to play. This is Lisa K. from a few days ago, 2 days ago, but there's been so much going on in the true crime world that I only got round to listening to this last night, and it's a new theory that Lisa has put together regarding what happened to Summer Wells, and she believes that Candus and Summer and possibly Grandma went back to the swimming hole after they dropped Hunter off, and something happened at the swimming hole the second time they were there. It's an interesting theory, but I don't think it happened, and I'm going to explain in this video why there's some inaccuracies in this theory and there's evidence to the contrary. So let's go.
Okay, so here is our theory. We've put together things that people had said, things that people saw, and what could have happened during that time from 3 to 6:30. And so here's what we came up with. Obviously, something happened at the swimming hole that triggers Candus, because she got extremely upset. Remember, she said it smothers her. And then at the vigil, she got all upset. Something really triggers her there. So I thought, it's kind of obvious something happened there, isn't it?
I don't think anything happened at the swimming hole because Summer made it home. The TBI tell us that Summer was last seen at her home. Now, Lisa does go on to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it right here before Lisa mentions it, because I think this is the most important aspect. If you're thinking about June 15th, 2021, as in something could have happened at some point during that day, the fact that she made it home and the TBI knows she made it home means that you should start your theory there. You can't start your theory at the swimming hole when Summer made it home. So Lisa says the TBI have only got Candus's report. And indeed, on the TBI Newsroom, the frequently asked questions, to the question, when was Summer last seen? The response is, her mother reports last seen her on the afternoon of June 15th at their home in the 100 block of Ben Hill Road. In order to preserve the integrity of the investigation, we will not provide additional information regarding the timeline. However, there is additional information because on the night of June 15th, Sheriff Lawson reported to the media that the boys, her siblings, saw her leaving through the back door, which is the basement door. This is just one of those reports.
Siblings telling authorities that they saw her walk out the back door of their home last night.
So siblings saw her walk out of the back door. Bianca Murray from WJHL also reported on it. There is a clip of Sheriff Lawson actually saying it directly to camera, and I can't find it. But if anybody's got that clip, will you send it to me? Lisa goes on to say that the boys have been gaslighted, that they didn't see Summer really. 27 months later, the boys have been removed from Don and Candus, not even been allowed to speak to them for months. And they've been interviewed probably many times by now by forensic psychologists, experts at working with child witnesses. They have many techniques to get a child relaxed and trusting, more able to elicit a truthful response. And there's no reason why children who are 12, 11 and 9 at the time Summer disappeared aren't going to be able to give a truthful response if they trust the person that is talking to them. Each of those boys will have been interviewed multiple times, individually. That was their first response. So had the parents gaslighted them enough in the couple of hours that the cops had been there, we know in psychology that the first response when someone's off guard, when someone's not had the opportunity to think through a story, those first responses are generally the most accurate, the most truthful. They also told Geordie Sue the last saw her on the swing. But whichever it was, going out of the back door, on the swing, Summer was last seen outside at her home. But we're going to continue anyway with Lisa's theory. Candus does get upset when she's confronted with the swimming hole. However, she didn't say it smothers me about the swimming hole. The smothers me comment was the June 28th interview, the first time that Candus spoke directly to camera. Although she had been speaking off camera before this to Ansley Daniel and her team. And incidentally, she told Ansley Daniel that Summer was outside and she was inside, and when she came back out, Summer was gone.
That's something that she told our crews this morning as well. She said that, she went inside to do something, came back out, checked on Summer a couple minutes later, and next thing you know, she was gone.
That's out there. I've talked about that many times. So the script, the planting the flowers, wanting to go in to see her brothers, the brothers last seen her going down to the basement, that is not the original story. Summer was last seen outside. The original story by Candus was that as well, that Summer was outside. She went inside. Go and watch my previous videos on the timeline. You might be surprised because the script came later. Not much later, but later enough for it not to be the original story. But in relation to this video and Lisa's theory falls right there. But the smothers me comment was in this interview to camera. It was in response to Candus imagining someone hurting Summer. Listen.
I'm just scared that somebody's hurting her, and there's nothing I can do about it. It smothers me.
It smothers her thinking that someone might be hurting Summer. I know exactly what feeling she's talking about. I've lost a child to crime. He wasn't 5. He wasn't missing. He was 21 years old. He was a grown man. The feeling of grief that you have, especially in the first few weeks, that's the perfect way to explain it. It feels like you can't breathe. It feels like there's something pressing on your throat and you can't breathe. You feel you're being suffocated by the grief. I understand exactly what Candus is talking about there. And I'm not defending Candus. I think Candus knows things that she's not said. I do. I really do. But in relation to the smothers me comment, I don't think it's because Summer was suffocated and that's a slip. It's not. It's a perfect way to explain that really intense grief.
Well, yeah, because when she was at the water hole with Chris M., she says to him, this is where everything goes into slow mode.
When they were going to the swimming hole, so they parked up and they start walking towards the swimming hole. And this is a comment, just a few words that Chris McDonough picked up on. A lot of people have said something happened at the swimming hole because of this comment. Listen to this.
And so let's walk over there. Show me. And I'll just follow you, okay? No. I'll follow you on which direction. And
Everything's slow motion now.
I know.
Everything's slow motion now. Everything is slow motion now. Again, Candus is explaining grief so well. After my son was killed on August the 10th, and I would say it was mid-September. And one morning, I woke up. So it was maybe 6 weeks later, I woke up and my brain felt clear for the first time in 6 weeks. Up to that point, I had been on autopilot and I just kind of came out of it and I just felt different. And it was like there's a lot of that time I can't remember. And there's a lot of that time that feels, looking back, like it's slow motion. That, again, is a grief response. Now, why is that grief response happening at the swimming hole? Why did she say it at the swimming hole? Well, there's two possibilities here, other than something happened at the swimming hole, and that's why Candus has a response. It's either that she'd say that anywhere, or, I think this is more likely, that the swimming hole initiates this response because that's the last time she felt happy with Summer. Because although she saw Summer after this, it was just driving home, driving around to various stores, taking Hunter back, going home, and then Summer went out to play. Right? Candus was busy. Candus was doing something else, maybe. But this is where she took that TikTok video where Summer was really, really happy. And I bet Candus has played that video 1 billion times. And I think that's why she cries when she sees the swimming hole. She didn't say, this is where everything goes into slow motion. She said, everything is in slow motion now. But let's just fast forward it a bit now to where Lisa talks about the second time that Candus went back.
They said they saw the truck in the parking lot a little before 3:30. So they could have seen it at 12:30 when they were swimming the first time, and then 3:30 when Candus was back there.
So there was a report that somebody who works at the stables saw a truck resembling Grandma's there all day. Now, look, that's just one report. This person working at the stables might not have even been seeing the same truck. There might have been Grandma's truck and then another similar truck comes later. So it doesn't mean that they saw the same truck twice. But Lisa thinks that Summer drowned the second time Candus went to the swimming hole, and Candus can't say that Summer drowned because she wasn't watching Summer, that Summer was playing on her own and Candus was off doing a drug deal or something else. Now, we've no evidence whatsoever that Candus knew anyone at the swimming hole. Candus arranged to meet anyone at the swimming hole. We've no evidence. That's pure speculation with no evidence to back it up. Just because somebody at the stables thought they saw that truck there all day doesn't mean to say it was there all day, because it wasn't there all day. It simply wasn't there all day. Now, Lisa is one of the people who believe that the milk jugs photo and that little video that Grandma took accidentally wasn't on that day. And I can't prove what day it was at. Lisa thinks that Candus saying it was taken at 3:09 indicates that something happened around that time. And Lisa says at the swimming hole. I personally think that that photo and video were taken that day. I do, because it's very, very easy for the TBI to just check the metadata on that photo and that video. That'll be one of their pieces of evidence to prove that Summer made it home. And Summer made it home alive. Apparently, allegedly, there's surveillance at the corner house, Blue Roof Don's house. So they'd know exactly what time Candus got back. You may even be able to see Summer in the back. I don't know how good that camera is. I don't know what angle it takes. That's how they know that Candus left Ben Hill Road twice after she got home. Let's play a little bit more of this.
Or did she leave Summer's body somewhere for Don to come and get after he left work at 5:30? He would have time to get her and take her somewhere and still get home at 7:05 or whatever. The cops did see him drive up in the Subaru, so he was in the Subaru.
Okay, if Summer's body had been stashed, so this brings Don into it, Candus had to have the wherewithal to be able to find a place between Kingsport and Ben Hill Road to hide Summer's body. Call Don go and pick the body up at 5:30. Well, Don didn't leave work at 5:30. Don was still there at 5:30. They will know, the TBI will know from the call that he made, so it's about 40 minutes from the Meadows in Jonesborough. Don, to get home shortly before 7, would have left just before 6:30. He said he bombed it home and he made it in double quick time. But he made a 911 call at 6:26 from Washington County. So is Lisa saying that at 5:30 he left work, and we've no evidence that he left work at 5:30, went to get Summer's body, go and hide it somewhere, but stay in Washington County so that he could make the 911 call at 6:26 from Washington County? We know, and the cops will know, that that call was made in Washington County because it had to be transferred to Hawkins County. So is Lisa saying that Don had the wherewithal to work all that out, like a criminal mastermind, to work all that out and hide Summer's body somewhere in Washington County? No, this is way overcomplicating matters. If Summer had died by drowning and Candus didn't want to call 911 because she was making a drug deal, she then rings Don and says, I've left the body somewhere. Don't you think that both of them would be freaking out and wouldn't have the capacity to be able to think it through? Right, I've hidden the body there. Go and pick it up and then go and bury it or hide it or whatever somewhere for Summer's body never to be found again. No, come on now. No. Other things that she said are that Hunter saw a bombing through Rogersville. Well, the swimming hole is in Kingsport. Bombing through Rogersville, either to the swimming hole the second time or back from the swimming hole the second time, simply did not happen. Listen to what Hunter said to Chris McDonough about bombing through Rogersville.
What's your gut feeling?
My gut feeling is that she had something to do with it. But then when all this happened, she just wanted the money in the end, because I'm not going to say names, but one of Red's friends, my girlfriend's mother's friends, was on Beach Creek just riding around, and she seen, as soon as someone posted a $25,000 reward, she seen her car, Candus's car, zooming down the road to the Hawkins County Police Station.
So that was when the reward money was at $25,000. And one of his girlfriend's mother's friends or something saw her, Candus, bombing to Hawkins County Police Station. Well, that's nothing to do with the reward, but it's equally nothing to do with June 15th, Candus bombing through Rogersville, either to or from the swimming hole, because the swimming hole wasn't in Rogersville, it was in Kingsport. All right, I did have some other clips to play, but I think I'll leave it there, because I think I've made my case strongly enough. This theory just does not hold water, and it didn't happen. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.